Welcome to Golden Flame Star. We fell in love with them in black and white. Those sparkling eyes, that signature smile. These silver screen goddesses defined elegance for an entire generation, becoming cultural icons whose voices later carried real social and political weight. From Hollywood royalty to quiet lives far from the spotlight, how did these golden girls grow older when the stage lights dimmed? Let's look back at the classic actresses we cherished, timeless icons of the golden age, and see where time took them decades later. Jill St. John brought fiery, red-haired glamour to Hollywood, becoming the first American Bond girl in Diamonds Are Forever. She blended classic elegance with playful confidence, the kind that made 70s style feel bold and bright. Now 85, she remains a beloved symbol of vintage screen allure. Veruschka von Lehndorff brought surreal supermodel elegance to cinema, a living work of art. Famous for her striking transformations and the iconic blow-up moment, she made fashion feel otherworldly and bold. Now 86, she remains a symbol of avant-garde beauty and fearless reinvention. Tuesday Weld carried a cool, restless 60s glamour, soft voice, sharp edges, and a look that felt both innocent and dangerous. From Pretty Poison to Looking for Mr. Goodbar, she specialized in characters you couldn't quite predict. Now 82, she's long retired and lives quietly, a still vivid symbol of Hollywood's most mysterious era. Mia Farrow became the face of delicate, haunted elegance, first turning heads on Peyton Place, then sealing her legend as Rosemary in Rosemary's Baby. Her wide-eyed fragility always carried steel underneath. Now 80, she remains active in public life and selective projects, still radiating that unmistakable blend of gentleness and quiet force. Jean Seberg embodied French New Wave cool, cropped hair, luminous vulnerability, and a modern confidence that changed screen style forever. Her breathless image became a blueprint for effortless cinematic chic. She died in 1979 at 40, yet her influence never faded. She's still remembered as an icon whose brightness outlasted her short life. Jean Shrimpton became the face of swinging London style, wide-eyed, modern, and effortlessly chic. Her short hems, clean makeup, and simple hair helped define the mod look that cinema and pop culture quickly copied. Now 83, she lives quietly, still remembered as fashion's original it girl. Mitzi Gaynor was pure Hollywood musical sparkle, bright smile, razor-sharp dance lines, and showgirl elegance. From South Pacific to her legendary TV specials, she made glamour look athletic, joyful, and perfectly timed. She died at 93, and her stage-ready radiance still defines classic musical stardom. Rhonda Fleming was a Technicolor dream. Copper hair, porcelain skin, and camera-ready glamour that seemed designed for color film. In adventure films and noirs, she balanced beauty with a confident, grown-up poise. She died at 97, leaving behind an image that still feels like vintage Hollywood luxury. Gene Simmons brought delicate beauty and quiet power, the kind of elegance that deepened with every role. From Hamlet to Elmer Gantry and beyond, she moved easily between innocence, strength, and sensuality. She died at 80, remembered as a refined star with remarkable range. Long before Professor McGonagall, Maggie Smith was an Oscar-winning star with razor-sharp elegance. From the prime of Miss Jean Brodie to decades of stage and screen triumphs, she made sophistication witty, not fragile. She died at 89. Her poise and timing remain a masterclass in classic class. Jill Clayburgh made late 70s and early 80s women feel real, smart, searching, and unapologetically human. With an unmarried woman and starting over, she turned emotional honesty into starring power. She died in 2010 at 66, leaving a legacy of modern, fearless heroines who spoke for a generation without ever raising their voice. Britt Ekland embodied Swedish glamour, bright, playful, and camera-ready in every era. As a famous Bond girl and 70s beauty icon, she turned blonde elegance into pop culture sparkle and tabloid fascination. Now 83, she's still remembered as a symbol of stylish, cinematic allure. Angie Dickinson defined modern elegance: cool, confident, and effortlessly sexy, rising in the late 1950s and owning the decades that followed. From Rio Bravo to TV's policewoman, she made sophistication look contemporary and fearless. Now 94, remembered as a trailblazing beauty with real edge. Diane Carroll broke barriers with elegance, becoming a glamorous symbol of change on American television. With Julia, she helped reshape what audiences could see and who could lead on prime time, carrying style and dignity under pressure. She died at 84, remembered as a trailblazer who made grace revolutionary. Susanna York represented a fresh, intelligent kind of British beauty, delicate on the surface, fearless underneath. From Tom Jones to her Oscar-nominated work in They Shoot Horses, Don't They?, she made elegance feel emotional and real. She died at 72, remembered as a luminous, modern British icon. Eleanor Parker earned the nickname the Woman of 1,000 Faces for a reason. She could transform without losing elegance. From noir tension to heartfelt drama, she brought intelligence and emotional precision to every role. She died at 91, remembered for versatility that made classic beauty feel endlessly new. Lee Remick carried a fragile beauty with quiet inner strength, making elegance feel deeply human. From Days of Wine and Roses to The Omen, she balanced softness and steel, never losing her refined presence. She died at 55, but her subtle power still lingers in classic cinema. Leslie Caron defined French-American musical elegance, ballet grace, bright eyes, and effortless sophistication. From An American in Paris to Gigi, she made romance feel weightless, as if the camera were her dance partner. Now 94, her charm still whispers of golden era enchantment, a truly captivating legacy that endures across generations. Julie Christie became the face of swinging London, cool, modern, and effortlessly elegant. From Darling to Dr. Zhivago, she made beauty feel intelligent, like it carried secrets behind the eyes. Now 85, she lives quietly, still remembered as the definition of 1960s chic and freedom. Edie Sedgwick was Andy Warhol's unforgettable muse. Pixie hair, big earrings, and a restless, electric elegance. She turned bohemian nightlife into a runway, inspiring generations of artists and filmmakers with her raw, iconic look. She died at 28, forever frozen as a symbol of fragile, dazzling cool. Dorothy Dandridge radiated a rare kind of elegance, glamour with courage, breaking barriers in a closed Hollywood. With Carmen Jones, she became the first Black woman nominated for the Best Actress Oscar, carrying history on her shoulders. She died at 42, but her legacy remains a landmark of beauty and brilliance. Pier Angeli embodied sweet Italian elegance, soft eyes, delicate charm, and a romantic glow that felt almost too pure for Hollywood. She rose quickly in the 1950s, and her widely remembered romance with James Dean became part of her legend. She died at 39, leaving behind a story of beauty touched by sadness. Joan Crawford built an image of commanding glamour, shoulders back, eyes fierce, ambition unmistakable. From MGM stardom to whatever happened to Baby Jane, she fought to stay relevant as Hollywood changed, sometimes showing the hardness behind the shine. She died at 71, leaving a legend of power, survival, and relentless control of the spotlight. Bette Davis wasn't just beautiful. She was fearless, sharpening every scene with intelligence and edge. From Jezebel to All About Eve, she ruled heavy psychological roles, daring audiences to look away and refusing to fade quietly. She died at 81, but her lethal gaze and queenly authority still define classic cinema. Judy Garland was a once-in-a-generation phenomenon, beginning with The Wizard of Oz. As she grew up, fame collided with punishing schedules, addiction, and heartbreak, yet her performances stayed electric. She died at 47, becoming a symbol of brilliance under pressure and a star forced to grow up too soon. Maureen O'Hara blazed across the screen as the queen of Technicolor, with fiery red hair and a fearless, athletic beauty. From The Quiet Man to Miracle on 34th Street, she played women who could match any man's strength. She died at 95, and her bold grace still defines classic adventure romance. Lana Turner embodied lethal glamour, Hollywood's blonde femme fatale with a silky voice and dangerous allure. From The Postman always rings twice to Peyton Place, she carried scandal-era stardom with icy control. She died at 74, remembered as temptation wrapped in old Hollywood polish. Barbara Stanwyck began as a tough, magnetic film star, then reinvented herself in television with the same steel poise. Classic roles in Stella Dallas and Double Indemnity made her unforgettable, and her TV years proved her range never faded. She died at 82, and time only softened the spotlight. It never diminished her presence. Yvonne De Carlo brought mysterious beauty and velvet elegance to classic cinema, turning heads long before television fame. She later became beloved as Lily Munster in The Munsters, proving her glamour could be playful too. She died at 84, and her dark, enchanting style still feels uniquely timeless. Jane Birkin defined effortless Parisian elegance, natural, slightly undone, and endlessly imitated. On screen and in music, she made intimacy feel chic, turning simplicity into a signature. She died at 76, and her name became shorthand for timeless style across generations. Ollie McGraw defined natural, preppy elegance, clean lines, soft hair, and a look that felt real. With Love Story, she became the face of youthful romance and Ivy League chic, inspiring women to copy that simple, polished style. Now 86, she remains a timeless symbol of effortless beauty. Monica Vitti, the enigmatic muse of Italian cinema, fascinated audiences with her smoky voice, sculpted features, and hypnotic melancholy. Her minimalist gowns, mod silhouettes, and effortless sophistication defined the cool, artistic mood of European style. She died at 90, her mystique and cinematic presence remaining timeless. Sharon Tate, the luminous beauty of the late 60s, mesmerized audiences with her angelic features and effortlessly modern style. Her mini dresses, soft blonde waves, and youthful elegance shaped a new era of fashion. She died tragically at 26, yet her fresh, ethereal aesthetic continues to inspire generations. Claudia Jennings, the dazzling queen of the B-movies, captivated the 70s with her sun-kissed looks, confident presence, and free-spirited sensuality. Her daring outfits, windswept hair, and untamed beauty became part of the decade's bold aesthetic. She died at 29, leaving behind an enduring cult legacy. Claudia Cardinale, the breathtaking Italian beauty of the leopard in 8½, turned heads with her velvety eyes and warm, Mediterranean radiance. Her hourglass dresses, sweeping hairstyles, and sun-kissed allure shaped the sensual aesthetic of 60s cinema. Now 86, she remains an enduring emblem of Mediterranean glamour. Romy Schneider, the radiant Austrian star who transformed from innocent cis-eye to worldly European icon, mesmerized viewers with her expressive eyes and emotional intensity. Her chic silhouettes, soft waves, and modern elegance shaped the fashion spirit of the 60s. She died at 43, leaving an enduring legacy of beauty, tragedy, and artistry. Anita Ekberg, the voluptuous Scandinavian goddess immortalized in La Dolce Vita, stunned audiences with her statuesque beauty and irresistible glamour. She popularized curve-embracing gowns, dramatic fur stoles, and high-voltage sensuality across Europe and Hollywood. She died at 83, her iconic Trevi fountain image remaining one of cinema's most unforgettable symbols. Grace Kelly, Hollywood's serene blonde princess, captivated the world with her porcelain beauty and regal composure. She defined elegance with her crisp gowns, satin gloves, and effortless sophistication that became the essence of mid-century style. She died at 52, leaving a legacy that blends cinematic grace with royal glamour. Natalie Wood, the delicate brunette star of West Side Story and Rebel Without a Cause, charmed audiences with her expressive eyes and tender vulnerability. Her feminine dresses, soft curls, and youthful elegance made her a style icon of her era. She died at 43, leaving a legacy filled with beauty, mystery, and unforgettable performances. Julie Andrews, the radiant star of Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music, captivated audiences with her crystalline voice and wholesome, elegant beauty. Her refined dresses, classic silhouettes, and poised charm became synonymous with mid-century sophistication. Now 90, she remains a symbol of grace, warmth, and cinematic magic. Barbra Streisand, the unmistakable voice of Broadway and Hollywood, charmed the world with her striking features, bold confidence, and incomparable talent. Her dramatic gowns, statement accessories, and fearless individuality redefined glamour in the 60s and 70s. Now 83, she remains an enduring icon of artistry and unapologetic style. Catherine Deneuve, the icy blonde goddess of French cinema, once captivated audiences with her porcelain beauty and enigmatic presence. She elevated trench coats, clean silhouettes, and sophisticated Parisian style into global benchmarks. Now 81, her regal poise continues to define classic European glamour. Anne Margaret, the electric redhead of 60s cinema, dazzled audiences with her vivacious energy and irresistible, feline allure. Her bold outfits, cascading hair, and magnetic performances made her a global sensation. Now 84, she remains a glowing symbol of Hollywood's golden age glamour. Sophia Loren, the fiery Italian beauty of world cinema, once mesmerized audiences with her deep, seductive eyes, striking curves, and burning Mediterranean allure. She turned fitted dresses, daring necklines, and lavish jewelry into timeless signatures of elegance. Now 91, she remains one of the last living embodiments of true cinematic glamour. Faye Dunaway, the icy, unforgettable face of Bonnie and Clyde, commanded attention with her sharp cheekbones and enigmatic strength. Her berets, tailored suits, and cool sophistication shaped an era of fashion and film. Now 84, she continues to embody a fierce, enigmatic elegance. Brigitte Bardot, the fiery star of French cinema, once sent the world reeling with her irresistible pout and wild, defiant gaze. As the ultimate fashion bombshell of the 1950s, 70s, she turned off-the-shoulder tops, tousled hair, and Parisian chic style into global icons. Now 91, she lives quietly, yet her bold, powerful legacy remains timeless. Rita Hayworth, the smoldering red-haired goddess of classic Hollywood, captivated audiences with her sultry charm and hypnotic on-screen presence. Her glamorous waves, curve-hugging gowns, and fiery allure set the standard for mid-century sensuality. She died at 68, leaving behind one of Hollywood's most unforgettable images of beauty. Ava Gardner, the sultry southern beauty of classic Hollywood, stunned the world with her feline eyes, flawless skin, and fierce sensuality. She popularized slinky gowns, bold silhouettes, and a raw magnetism that defined 1950s glamour. She died at 67, leaving behind a legacy of intoxicating beauty and cinematic power. Lauren Bacall, the smoky-voiced siren of film noir, enchanted audiences with her sculpted cheekbones, sultry gaze, and magnetic stillness. She elevated sharp tailoring, luxe fabrics, and minimalist glamour into a new standard of sophistication. She died at 89, her cool, hypnotic aura still shaping Hollywood's vision of timeless allure. Jean Moreau, the magnetic muse of French New Wave cinema, captivated audiences with her smoky voice, intense gaze, and enigmatic sensuality. She made trench coats, tousled hair, and minimalist Parisian elegance synonymous with cinematic sophistication. She died at 89, her fiercely intelligent beauty still defining the essence of French femme fatale allure. Audrey Hepburn, the embodiment of cinematic grace, enchanted the world with her slender figure and pure, luminous beauty. She transformed the little black dress, cropped bangs, and Givenchy chic into cultural standards. She passed away at 63, yet her refined beauty and minimalist style remain the enduring definition of timeless elegance. Elizabeth Taylor, Hollywood's violet-eyed enchantress, stunned the world with her explosive beauty and commanding charisma. She popularized plunging gowns, oversized diamonds, and an unmistakably lavish aesthetic. She died at 79, leaving behind a legacy of unmatched glamour. Marilyn Monroe, the shimmering blonde icon of Hollywood, mesmerized the world with her breathy voice, hourglass curves, and irresistible vulnerability. She turned red lips, white dresses, and sensual silhouettes into cultural legends. She died at 36, yet her luminous beauty and iconic style remain unmatched in cinematic history. Jane Mansfield, the platinum blonde bombshell with an hourglass figure, breathy voice, and teasing, wide-eyed stare, turned 1950s comedies like The Girl Can't Help It into pure, pop art seduction. Posters of her covered bedroom walls worldwide. She died in 1967 at 34, her over-the-top glamour still burned into pop memory. Belinda Lee, the British blonde beauty with luminous eyes and a soft, wistful smile, captivated audiences in films like Footsteps in the Fog and Italian melodramas of the late 1950s. She seemed made for tragic, tender romance. She died in 1961 at just 25, leaving behind a brief but haunting screen legacy. Anna Magnani, with dark, stormy eyes, a strong nose, and a lived-in face, made romance feel volcanic in Rome, Open City, and the Rose Tattoo. Passion and pain seemed to pour out of every embrace. She died in 1973 at 65, revered as the raw, beating heart of Italian screen love. Susie Parker, the high-fashion redhead with impossibly long legs, feline eyes, and cool, aristocratic poise, brought model glamour to the screen and kissed them for me and 10 North Frederick. She looked like a living magazine cover come to life. She died in 2003 at 69, forever a symbol of 1950s chic desire. Susan Hayward, with her fiery red hair, strong jawline, and blazing eyes, gave romantic melodramas like I Wanna Live, and with a song in my heart, a fierce emotional charge. She looked like a woman who had truly lived every heartbreak. She died in 1975 at 57, remembered for intense, stormy glamour. Shirley Knight, with her open face, searching blue eyes, and soft vulnerability, brought aching sincerity to sweet bird of youth in the dark at the top of the stairs. She made longing and disappointment feel painfully real. She died in 2020 at 83, cherished as a quietly radiant presence in serious drama. Thank you for watching Golden Flame Stars. These legendary actors once enchanted the world with their beauty, charisma, and unforgettable style, shaping not only Hollywood, but the very essence of fashion in their era. Time may have changed their faces, yet their influence remains timeless. If their transformations inspired you, please like, share, and tell us which iconic star amazed you the most.